new student today, so she's quite an interesting one. Ooh, got some nasty mud here. She's quite an interesting one. This is Tilly. She's about 3, 4, and for the last getting on for 3 years, she hasn't been out on a walk because she's too scared. And the owners have tried pretty much everything that they know. They have had people out to try and help them, but to no avail. So what happens is she just basically sits her bum down and doesn't move, but they can't get her past the gate on the drive to even get out on a walk. And what she's then done is got quite reactive with it and quite mouthy, nipping and that kind of thing, because she clearly does not want to go out, panics. So it's been a bit uncomfortable for them for the last few years, and you could argue that maybe some dogs, they don't actually want to go out on a walk, they're quite happy just being at home. But considering her other issues as well, lots of barking in the garden at the slightest sound, and other little quirks, it's quite clear that her mind's not in a good place. So we do want to get this sorted. So thankfully somebody told them to get in touch with me, and I went out and paid them a visit a couple of weeks ago, and they have been out on walks with her for the first time in getting on for 3 years. So massive progress with that, but it's not all plain sailing. Okay, so with Tilly's issues being so deep rooted, it isn't sort of a socialization thing. She isn't in the slightest bit interested in other dogs. We met other dogs out on the walk this morning. Nothing, doesn't even look at them. No aggression, not interested, nothing, blank. She's not interested in Rio or Roscoe, not even interested in where they're going and what they're doing to even copy them, which isn't great, because after walking with them as a pack, she should be a little bit more interested in what they're doing when they see something and run after it, when they stop and sniff, but there's nothing. The other thing as well is what I've tried to do with her is pop her on the long line and get some long line work going on with her. And as soon as I put the long line on, even after we'd done a lead walk all together, she still turned around and tried to hightail it away. And then when she realised she couldn't get away, she just sat down. So it's back on the communication lead. Again, I've tried her a little while after on the long line again. She just did the same thing. She just sat down. So I wanted to sniff, I wanted to take a bit of an interest in what's going on. She has sniffed a couple of times. So whereas normally on this lead, I would say, they walk at the side of you and nothing else. With her, I wanted to sniff. She's going to stay on this lead because I can communicate with her clearly. But at the same time, if she wants to stop and start and sniff, I actually wanted to do that. I've done the proper walk with her this morning where I controlled the boundaries. In the house, wonderful. Very respectful of space. Whereas at home, she's sort of quite bad for jumping up at her owners. So what they have been doing though is turning round, sort of turning sideways to her. And that submission, never turn away from a dog that's jumping up at you, okay? Step into them. Keep relaxed, keep your arms down, but step into them. Claim your space back. Don't turn from them, because that's giving into them. Now, while I'm talking to you, this is quite interesting. She's just starting to trot a little bit and walk ahead, whereas before she's been very reluctant. So this is quite nice. I'm going to carry on with this. If I can get her on the long line to do a little bit more relaxed stuff. This is sniffing, this is great. She hasn't been doing this, so I'm really pleased with this. Hopefully I'll get her on the long line so she can actually relax and enjoy it a little bit more. It's all about building confidence with Tilly. But yeah, not bad. First time in 3 years that she's sort of out on walks, so that's great. Okay, I'll see you later.